Right, good morning guys and welcome back to another video. It feels like absolutely forever since I've done a video, so we're back out doing one. I'm just down the beach and travelling really light today, so I bought the Mackerel setup that we were using last year. Just a really small extendable tripod and just a dry bag as a bait. And we're just going to give it a go. I'm just going to show you what I'm going to plan to do, and hopefully we'll be able to catch a stonker of a fish on this budget fishing setup. So let's see what the plan is and we'll get some fishing done. Right, so like I said, this is a really lightweight session. Dry bag, bucket full of bait. I've got worms, squid and razorfish. There we go. So I haven't been out on a session for a while, so these worms are proper sticky, so hopefully they'll be good for fish that we're looking for today. So 2 hook flapper then. We're on a blue grip lead today. 2 bits of worms, and the setup is literally here. So it's got complete beginner's setup, mackerel hunter setup, and I want to challenge myself this year to try and catch some decent fish on it. It's a 9-foot rod. It's a small, say about 3,000 size reel. There we go. And I just got a little extendable tripod there. The reason why I am fishing it with this setup is just because it's nice and simple and easy and light, and this session is before work today, so a 3 AM in the morning, quick session before work. Hopefully I'll be able to grab some fish. Right, it's just a nice, quick, simple, short lob out. There we go. I've set the drag loose as well. There we go. So if anything does take it, we'll be able to hear that clicking. Wish me luck. Hopefully we'll be able to catch some fish. Right, so we started getting a couple of little bites. Hopefully we got a fish. Whatever it's going to show us. Are we going to see that bite or not? Don't think it's going to show us. Right, let's check it out and see if we got a fish. Right then folks, so the first bite come to nothing, which is a bit of a shame. I've rebaited up again with some straight lug. We're going to go straight lug on one rig, and then we're going to mix razorfish and squid baits on the second rig, and just alternately cast them out and see if we can catch anything. Right guys, so there we go. We started getting a couple of bites. Just a couple of strong positive indications to the tip of the rod. We'll leave it a couple of seconds to make sure we're definitely game on. Yeah, that looks pretty good to me. Right, let's see what we got. Right folks, so we're into a fish. Our first fish in the session. Ooh. Bit of a wriggler this one. There we go. Our first fish of the session then is a dogfish. There we go. And that has taken the squid and razorfish wrap on the bottom. Awesome. Let's get this little fella unhooked and back in, and we'll try and catch some more fish. Lovely jubbly. Right, and the easiest way to unhook a dogfish for beginners is to grab the tail like that, fold it round to the head, and hold it all in one place. Like that. And then we can attend to the hook. Find where the hook point is. Use a pair of long forceps, and we're just gonna take the hook straight out like that. There we go. Let's get this little fish back in. Also, when you're fishing, just make sure that you release the fish nicely. Don't go launching it back in the sea. There we go. In it goes, swims off nicely, happy days. Well, I've just come down to have a quick look at the sea once I release that dogfish. It's absolutely lovely. Some nice waves coming in. But apart from that, it is pretty flat out there, guys. Pretty flat. I'm fishing into sunrise. Hopefully we'll get a lovely sunrise on the camera for you. But yeah, summer is nearly coming. Hopefully we get the fishing lures out soon and try for some bass. Awesome. Right, so we just had another little bite then, which was pretty strong. One fish in, which is dogfish, which is pretty cool. Like I say, after the last session, I'm glad to see a fish.
Alternating the baits,
just changing things up a little bit. Every cast doing something a bit different. So we've gone for a worm tip with squid now, and then we'll try a worm tip with razorfish and whatever, and see, you know, what's working on a day, which is today. So yeah, we're just going to give it a mess around and see what happens. But yeah, just had another nice strong bite, which now has seemingly stopped as I picked up the camera. Daylight is approaching. Oh, you probably won't be able to pick up on the camera at the moment, but daylight is approaching. It's getting pretty light over that way, which is quite nice. Hopefully we'll have a nice sunrise. Fishing 3 AM to about 6:30, 7 today. It's quite a nice little quick one before work. Hopefully it's a good one. Right now folks, morning is starting to break, as you can see. Pretty dark over that side of there. Morning is starting to break. So we're around about 5 in the morning now. So we started at 3, we had 1 dogfish so far, so it's been a pretty poor session, to be honest with you. I'm kind of umming and ahhing whether or not to move up the beach a little bit and try a slightly different spot. So I'm going to give this stick this out for another 20 minutes, half an hour, and then maybe for the last hour of the session we'll go a bit further up and see if it's any different up that end. Right folks, just a quick update. I have bunkered up behind this nice boulder here. It's got a bit windy and I just wanted to get a bit of cover. We decided to move up from the original position that we were in to try and fish a different spot. It's not been as successful as I hoped. We are still just on the 1 dogfish to show for it in a minute. Bait's now coming back untouched. Sea is pretty flat, as you can see. There we go. Bait's coming back completely untouched. Working our way through various different baits, lugworm and squid at the moment. So yeah, I'm just hoping we can catch another fish. Well, I'll be darned, I think I've just seen another bite. It's been a good hour and a bit now since the last bite that I've managed to see. But I'm pretty sure I just saw a bite, so I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that we can get another fish today. Can't fault this rod, to be honest with you. Like I said before in a couple of previous videos, for a budget setup, this little Mackerel Hunter rod is absolutely awesome. Bite indication is pretty clear. Cast really nice, even with a 4 ounce with a 2-hook flapper and some worms. Cast really nice. Yeah. Pretty impressed with it so far. Still waiting to catch that really big fish on it though. It'd be absolutely awesome if we catch a big fish on this budget setup. But for the meantime, we're going to see if we've got anything on this this rig here. No, they tricked us. Absolute rascals. Well, what can you do? They tricked us. I'm just going to get this second rig that I've baited up, cast out. Got a bit of worm on there and a squid face on the bottom. Right, there's a nice bite. There we go. Absolutely glorious sunrise coming up over in the background. Got a nice bite coming up on the rod. Even took a little bit of line out, so you know, it might be something actually that might be worth shouting about here. Let's see what happens with this, I think. Don't really want to waste any time. I think we're just going to jump straight into it and see what we got. So I'll pop you guys down here. There we go. It's actually quite a nice sized dogfish, that one. Just going to cast out our next trade quick before we sort the dogfish. Right guys, so we're into our second fish. This one's actually quite a nice sized dogfish. I mean, hey, they're only dogfish, but still catching fish on a fun rod. Little mackerel on a rod. God, these fish don't half go. I mean, that one even took some line out. There we go. So it's nice. Dogfish caught on the worm. Let's get this fella back in. Happy days. Right then, folks, there she is. Absolutely glorious sunrise this morning. Absolutely awesome. Just what you need before a day of work. Got about half an hour of the session left. We are 2 dogfish in, a whole 2 dogfish. Can we make it a third? Or will another fish show up? Have to just wait and find out. But look at that glorious sunrise coming up. That's probably the best sunrise I've seen of the year so far. Absolutely amazing. Right, so the sunrise is gone. We are now into the last parts of the session. Just started getting another bite. Man, there's been long pauses between bites today. Really, really long. We're just approaching the top of the tide now. I'm going to fish 20 minutes to the ebb, something like that, before I've got to then start thinking about packing down and making my way into work today. But yeah, crazy. Lovely view. Just don't know what's going on with the fishing recently. I'm just going to wait for this one to develop a little bit and then we will have a look. So I don't want to pull it too early. There we go. There we go. Nice strong indication. Thought we might have another dogfish on here. Let's find out. My goodness me, my first fish at any dogfish. Got a lovely pout there, happy days. Let's get the next rig up. Right guys, so we've got a fish that isn't a dogfish, can't believe it. There we go, really nice sized pout that one. Happy days, happy days. Definitely sizable. Ooh. Nicely lip hooked there, right on the lip. There we go. You get this little fella back in. And hopefully we'll be able to snaffle a couple more fish before we have to go home. Absolutely. We'll go home? Go home? I'm wishing the day away here. I've got to go to work. Yeah, so there. Bang in the lip. Happy days, let's get him back. Right folks, so we're coming near to the end of the session. I've got a couple more casts left. This video predominantly is just, or mainly is just to show people that if you do start mackerel fishing in the summer and you want to continue fishing, you can still use the same gear that you got. You don't have to go out and buy different gear, you can just go out and use the same gear that you got, the same mackerel rod and reel. The only extra things that you'll probably need are the tripod, which is there. I mean, they're pretty cheap. This one, like I said, is an extendable one, so it goes really short. So if you want to pack it down small, it really packs down small. And then I've just got the mackerel hunter rod there, 9-foot one, reel there. And I guess the only other thing you're going to need is your bait, some 2-hook flappers maybe from the tackle shop. And I've been using these blue, I think they're 125 ounce gripper leads. Yeah, you can either use the gripper leads or the rolling leads. The rolling leads don't have prongs on, and that's all you need really. Start off with some worms and then a bit of squid, cut that into small sections and tip off the worms, or use the squid on its own. Then you can get out there and fish with some different species. Right, so I'm just about to reel in my last rig. Now I have seen it twitch a couple of times, so I am feeling quite hopeful. So fingers crossed we can grab another fish. Well, I'll be darned. They're still about. They're still about then. There we go. A whiting. Let's get him back in. Right guys, so there we have it. Another session done and dusted. Huge thanks for joining me on this morning session. 2 dogfish and a pouting was what we managed to achieve. Quite long pauses between the bites, to be fair, and a glorious sunrise was seen by all. So I'm just going to leave you with a couple of last minute views. There we go, before I head off to work, and hopefully we'll get back out again soon. Hope you have a lovely day, whatever you're up to. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.